What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Shar. Come here with me. Come here with me. Yes, honey. Welcome to the chat. What's up, checkmates? I ain't sleep with y'all last night. Make it do what it do what it do. What's up? Happy hump day, folks. What's up? Miss Sugar Mama, Scorpion Miss. Belle, what's up? I missed y'all overnight. Ain't that crazy? Tracy Williams in the place to be. What's up, babes? What's up? You guys are amazing popping through like this. Don't do me like this. Don't do me like this. What's up? Y'all know I had to come talk about the shenanigans, honey. They got so much to say. Listen, these folks is cray cray. You hear me? I said, Lord have mercy. Anybody that's rumbling for this and falling for this is cray cray, okay? I've listened to the interview this morning while I was on live. While I was driving to work this morning. And listen here, honey. I said, now who in their right mind would believe this mess here? Even if there is any truth to it, I just didn't like your delivery, right? Because, a lot of people, Deborah, hi, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Y'all hit the like button on y'all way in. Y'all know what it says. Like, don't sit in those bushes. Your butt going to start hurting. Come on out and say hello. Good afternoon, Cheryl. How are you? How's everybody doing? I'm doing well. I can't speak for everybody, but I'm doing well. I was able to get my dinner done this morning before work, honey. I was able to make sure that I was on time for work because, sis be struggling with being on time for work, honey. I'll be struggling. I'll be feeling like I'll just be laying my head on a pillow and then here comes that alarm clock waking me the hell up. Okay, so I struggle with being on time, but I ask God to help me with that because it's tacky, Shar. It's tacky. So I'm like, Lord, you're gonna have to help me get up on time and get to work on time. But overall, I have some minor stuff that I got to take care of my son for school. And hopefully it works out by tomorrow because tomorrow is the deadline, but they've been giving us the runaround. So I'm just going to leave it in God's hand, and wherever God leave that, that's where it's going to stay. All right. So I'm doing well. I know you ain't asked me for all of that, honey, but I just had to give it to you. I just had to give it to you, honey. So listen, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Hi, J28. What's up, babes? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Patricia E, what's up? I ain't sleep with you last night. What's up, checkmate? Y'all popping through here showing all this love. It's kind of too much for me to handle, but I'll continue to take it. I was laughing yesterday when I went back and looked at the chat because somebody had said to me, and I think I read that comment out loud, Shar, are you mixed up in all this YouTube stuff that's going on? And I'm paraphrasing because that wasn't the correct words, right? Or the exact words, better yet. And I said to them, I said, well, what's going on? And they explained, other people was explaining about the chef situation and Miss Wanda and all that. And I said, yo, that's my brother from another mother, right? I don't even see him as ever doing something like that. I got a chance to go back and listen to Carmel Rail when she was digging a grave for him, okay? And she was saying, that wasn't his character. And it makes no sense to be so grown and so foolish, right? And I just had to say, to my content creators, because y'all know I always got y'all best interests at heart. You have to be careful, right? Martel is out his rabbit. Not his rabbit behind mine, honey. You can't co-parent while dragging a person you're co-parenting with through the mud. I agree. We're going to talk about it, definitely. Betty, hi, how are you? Woohoo, caught the beginning of the live. Yes, ma'am, you're here on time. You're here on time. Okay, but so I was thinking this morning during my devotional time, hi, Joyce, how are you? And welcome to the chat. And I said to God, I said, Lord, I kind of was talking too fast and I didn't get a chance to say what I was saying to my content creators, my fellow content creators, because as long as you're respectful to me, of course, I have no choice but to be respectful to you, right? And if I just don't fool with you, I just don't fool with you. I'll just keep you out of mind. But keep in mind, that we got a job to do, and that's to deliver the message, right? Whether it's in a positive, nasty, disgusting, in between, however you choose to run your chat is your business, right? But it's your job to get in and get out, right? Go in, go to get your research. If you have a good team with you, a good amount of followers, they will bring you the stuff to you, right? and you don't even have to be involved in it as much as some of these people are. It's a choice that you make to be involved into these YouTube streets, okay? I work a 9 to 5. I got 6 kids, 2 boys in college, baby, and 1 preparing to go to college, and we getting ready for some school visits, right? So I definitely don't have time to be involved in stuff that ain't got nothing to do with me. It's all fun and games. We all going to deliver the message. We're going to come out the door swinging. We got a job to do. And when I used to work inside of the facility, I used to say, I'm going to do my 8 and skate. But now that I'm working, as a flexible schedule as I am, I can't say that anymore. I just say I do what I got to do. I get in and I get out. And here on YouTube, I want you to remember to get your content and deliver it and get the hell up out of these streets, right? Because ain't nothing here for you past dark. You got to get what you got to get and get out. So if your name is starting to ring a bell, count that a blessing. Count it all joy, right? It's, count it all joy. It's a blessing that your name is starting to ring a bell. But just make sure that you don't allow nobody to pull your puppet strings. Don't allow nobody. See, I'm the only one that can run my faucet, right? I'm the lady of the house. I pay this mortgage faithfully, right? So that means that I'm the only one that gets to run this water because I also pay that water bill, right? So I don't allow people to come into my life and run my water, right? You don't have control over that. And that's the same thing I leave for my fellow content creators. Don't get wrapped up so much that you allow these people to run your day. It's a hell no for me. And I can say that with my whole 40 double D. Y'all know what time it is, okay? Y'all know what time it is. J28 says, come on in and wipe your feet and hit that like button. That's right, baby, because we trying to give it a little cute today, right? We ain't trying to give it all nasty and disgusting, which we know sometimes we just got to get our feet all muddy, right? But today we just going to give it. It's hump day. Why not just give it a little bit? Just give it straight from the river, okay? Destiny is just a plain crazy and jealous. Who said that? Stevenson, hi, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can agree with you. I really can agree with you on that. Patricia E says, hello, Miss Scorpion Miss. Yeah, I can agree with you on that. Tanja in the building. What's up, babes? Make it do what it do. And I also want to leave you with this, that you have to make a decision. Sandra, hi, welcome to the chat, babes. You hit that like button. Thank you in advance. Thank you in advance. And I also want you to remember that, you just can't get wrapped up, because I definitely just lost my train of thought. But you just can't get wrapped up. And then, for me, this is what I was going to say. For me, I always got to bring it back to this. Hi, Tamara. How are you? And welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. We didn't sleep with you last night. So basically, I just want you to remember that you got a God to answer for it. And when you're responding to these people, and I'm going to use J28 for an example, right? Because J28 responded on Martel's, and I ain't picking on you, boo, but I'm picking on you. I'm just going to use you, right? Because I read every comment and I take in consideration whether I agree or not what you're saying, right? So I'm using J28 because I read one of her comments today, pretty lengthy, but I told y'all I'm that kind of content creator. I'm definitely going to read the entire text, right? And if you get in there sweet and then you try to, get crazy in the middle, I'm going to see that, right? But J28 wrote a message today and she said something along the lines, forgive me if I don't quote it correctly or in the way that she said it, but she says that Martel is he's basically in the famous lane. And that wasn't what she used. I'm just trying to give you the gist of what she says. She says he's basically he's a high pretense of person, right? And rightfully so, he would be in his means to ask for what he's asking for, right? So I'm reading, and guess what? I hit that like before entering the chat. Thank you, Tanja. So basically what she said was that he will be in his means, and I can't remember everything because I didn't write it down, but I'm just taking the gist of what stood out to me. And she says that he would be in his means to ask for that because he's somewhat on a famous line, right? Not that when he gets here, he would have much to say because we already know how he runs these streets and how he plays the game, right? And he plays villain a lot. So who would pay him that right amount of money, would be kind of crazy, but he's rightfully in his means to do so, right? Don't downplay him because of our own opinions of who he is as a jerk that we perceive him to be, right? And I took that, and I can't remember the whole text, but I took that and I processed that thing, and I said, well, J20, hey, you got a point, my friend, because here's the thing: if he wasn't some sort of dude, we wouldn't be talking about him, right? And if he didn't have some type of name, we wouldn't be talking about him. He'd just be another John Doe, like some people that we know, right? So yeah, okay, we can give him that. But what will he talk about when he get here? And my first thing would be is that he will deflect, as we know a lot of Love and Marriage Huntsville cast members do. They don't come to the front of the classroom and just say, hey, I got something to say, and my name is X, Y, and Z. They say, okay, I went around a merry-go-round and I kicked my feet, and then the dirt hit my feet. And then after the dirt hit my feet, I licked my finger and I put it in the grass. And then my name is such and such and such and such. That's the kind of type time they on. That's the kind of type time they on, right? So I took that and I said, okay, I can dig that. So whether I agree with what you're saying or not, it's all in delivery. That's why I picked J28. Not that I'm picking on you, boo, but I just needed that message to get out there. I'm not going to agree. I also saw a lot of comments that says that, why don't y'all just leave these folks alone and, just let them, God handle it. Well, my friend, you could be a little bit right. Or just a little bit, right? Because here's the thing. Whether Melody wants to be attached to him or Martel wants to be attached to her, unfortunately, because of circumstances, it is what the hell it is, right? And they're always going to be attached, whether we're looking at them in a positive light that says that they are co-parenting well, or whether we're looking at them in a light that says, hi dear, how are you? But rather we're looking at them in a light that says that he did her effed up, or she did him effed up, and we don't know about this. But however, somehow they'll always be joined at the hip until these kids can fend for themselves, right? And if you're anything like my kids, you're always going to need something from your mama or your daddy, right? Don't matter how old you get. So unfortunately, as much as we would like to separate them, we really cannot do that. Now, I can respect the gangster and say, yeah, well, I can respect the gangster and say, don't pair them in a group, okay? Because it does keep a lot of stuff doing. But we got to remember our job here as a content creator, which means that we put stuff together, and it's up to us to make sure that we have a clean heart while doing so. But our job is to put that thing together, 1 and 3 to 4 together, and it doesn't belong after one. But, we got to put that thing together and make that thing make sense. So don't forget when you're writing these comments that we got a job to do. And unfortunately, ain't a dang on thing you can do about it. So respectfully, I respect everybody comments, but you definitely got to understand that we got a job to do. And I can appreciate when you guys come and give me feedback, because I'm taking that thing and I'm soaking that thing up and I'm saying, well, Lord, what can I do with this that's going to allow me to either take this and use it for my content, or I'm going to say, nah, I'm going to stay away from that. I got so many DMs about the whole FD situation. I said, nah, Lord, I'm gonna keep my mouth off that one, because see, that's a little sensitive. Not that I ever been through that, but think about the child that it may have or may not happen to. It's none of my business, and I don't even have an opinion on it, honestly. But see, it's bigger than that. I don't like to humiliate people willingly, right? And while it's content, it's something that everybody wants to talk about. But when you're getting into stuff that you can possibly come into my pocket because of something I might have said because of my opinion, it's going to be a hell no for me. Because see, my children got to eat, and anything that distracts me from that or deter me from that, I got to back the hell up. So that's for my content creators, that you got to keep in mind that you got a bag to fill up. And if any moment that you allow that bag to be tampered with, you allow that bag to not fill up, you allow that bag to remain empty, you got to go back and check yourself. So that's for anybody that's teaming up with Ms. Wanda and, whoever else, and thinking, Ms. Wanda, I don't know her personally, so I don't want to use the word hate, right? I just think she need to shake some stuff up. You're an older lady and you got to do better. You definitely got to do better, because it's not a good look and it's pretty tacky if you ask me, right? So I want to see you do better. I don't know if I'm ever going to do it, because who the hell am I? I'm just Char, and I'm here for whatever, right? And you don't have to even value my opinion, but you got to be careful what you allow people to drag you into, because that reflects you. And as much as I love y'all, to pieces, I'm just not going to willingly allow nobody to drag me into nothing, because then that would be an example of taking food out of my children's mouth, and that tuition I got to pay every single month. All right. And because I'm not a fan of that, I gotta, evaluate that thing before I put that out, because every piece of content, just not good content. Absolutely. Right. No matter how popular the topic may be, it's just some things that you should not put your mouth on, because of the dignity and the respect that you, one, have for yourself, and two, just for people just going through in general. Everything ain't something to talk about. All right, now we got that out the way. Let's get back to the chat. I just wanted to say that to y'all. Right. Hello, Char. Hi, pretty brown eyes. How are you? And welcome to the chat. Let me see. Is it Is it Floss? I know I'm going to mess that up, but I was trying to say your name earlier when I saw you in the chat. But I love you much, honey. Don't charge it to my heart, but charge it to my head. I love you much. Thank you for being here. Um, is it Sugger? Hi, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Linda. Hi, Miss Linda. How are you? And welcome to the chat. Judith. I've always hit that chat, that like button whenever I hit the video. Thank you. I appreciate you in advance. I appreciate you much. Hi, Hall. How are you? And welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Let's see. Before we jump into what Destiny had to say, why not? 70 something in the chat and less than 50 likes. Hit that like button. Join the chat. We love to hear from you. Thank you, J28. Let them know again. Get with the program. Get with the program. Blue Devil, baby, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I watch my lives on TV. Just wanted to stop in to show love. I appreciate you. I appreciate you much. I always love a new face. I don't know if you've been here before, and I may have stumbled across your comment, but thank you for your support always. All viewers like and are appreciated. Wait a minute. All viewers likes are appreciated and free. Please highlight that like, subscribe, share this video, and hit that notification bell. Thank you. I appreciate you much. Tanja. Miss Linda says, hello, Betty. Cricket 22. Hi, Healingwithchar and everyone in the chat. What's up, babes? We didn't sleep with you last night. Do you think that them kids should be subjected to Martel as the children that would be heard for me? I mean, that would be hard for me. Oh man, now you asking me some questions. That might take a little bit of time, but I'm gonna give you the fast road of it. I heard Martel says that he's daddy, right? I heard him say that on numerous occasions that he is daddy and he's not going to downplay his children for everybody, no matter how that child got here. I'll just say that, there's a rumor that's going out here and it's none of my business. It's just my opinion that says that they're not the only children and he's only broadcasting the children that he picks to broadcast, right? I'll just say, keep that same energy. I would say that it's up to the mother in that situation to protect those children. I don't like the way Martel introduced the children to the baby Knox to the other children. I think it was tacky. I think it was distasteful. I think he could have did it in a better way. And when you're talking about co-parenting, as much as I tell y'all that I do not like, and I had to get to a better space with my children, dad, but some stuff he do just send me to the rooftop, honey, make my blood vessel pop, right? But it's up to me to make sure that my kids are seeing it. I'm not telling you that I'm 100% right all the time. I'm not telling you that I don't blow the hell up all the time, right? I'm a work in progress. However, when you're co-parenting, it's important that you connect with that other parent to see how are you guys going to do it. Because one thing for certain, two things for sure, whatever already happened, you can't take back. I don't care how you want to flip it. I don't care how you want to slice it or dice it. Unfortunately, Knox is here based off somebody sticking their thing where it don't belong in the wrong season of life, right? So with that being said, we have to address it now. I believe that Melody should have had some take in how she was going to allow her children to be introduced to this child. I don't think it should have just been flopped on her lap. But Martel has a chemical imbalance, in my opinion, and he's so eager to do things, whether it's good or bad. He just get out there and he'd be like, I got to run. I got to ride my bike. I got to go. It's kind of like a case of ADHD that he hasn't been diagnosed with or something, because he has this mentality of, I got to do it now. He doesn't think through anything, but it's just my opinion. I'm not no therapist or anything of that nature. I'm just saying, I hope that answered your question. It's definitely a hard situation. It will be, it will be hard, but the kind of guy that he is, he wants his children to be all together. Whether they get bopped upside the head by little Knox or not, I think there needs to be some boundaries. Them children shouldn't be getting beat up. You need to pop his hand and tell him to sit the hell down. That's what needs to happen. But that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. Sit your bad behind child down. Although I don't think that, and this is just my opinion, because I don't think the baby Knox issues are as deep as everyone's making it. And this is just my opinion. I just think that he has no structure and she allows this baby to do anything and everything. And if it is some underlying issues, I just don't want to be the one to say it, because I'm not the doctor, honey. I'm not the doctor. Okay, Ramella. Hi, how are you? And welcome to the chat. J28 says, hit that like button, run it up. DD Star 73. Hello, Healingwithchar in chat. What's up? Stevenson says, love your chat. Keep doing what you're doing. Let the truth be told, and thank you. You're welcome, babe. I got you. Sometimes after going in so many chats, I think I did and I forgot. Facts. Hello, Char. What's up, Jazzy J? Make it do what it do, what it do. Like what you're hearing, subscribe to the channel, like and share. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss the lives. Thank you, J28. Wanda, I thought you were about those streets. That's whoa, those streets life, but y'all want to fight Mel. You want to fight Mel, but the millimeters don't have that kind of behavior. We go straight to the EP Carlos. We don't have time to be calling. She knows that. She just making stuff up as she go along. Olivia says, "Good evening, everyone." What's up, Olivia? What's up? Make it do what it do what it do. Okay. It's allegedly that Martel is bringing Coleslaw and Knox on the show. Miss Linda, I heard that. I believe that if that is true, I believe that that will be Melanie's exit ticket. I don't think that she has to stay. And people mistake people's space and respecting their peace for still loving somebody. That wouldn't be something that I would want to stay in, right? Even though she don't love Martel and not in love with him, people would be like, "Oh, well, why she mad if they on the show?" Because she don't have to sit in something that destroyed her marriage, right? Whether she cared the same way for him or not. Unfortunately, she don't have to do that. You mean to tell me she would have been the founder of this show, and she brought it to the table, and then now they get to share the same space of something her and her husband once was the founder of together? That's not a fair thing. So I need people to really be realistic and be honest with themselves. She don't have to sit in a space like that. And I would say that if it was the other way around or not. Okay. And I think it would be rude and disgusting for the people that has the control of that to allow such foolishness. His life is not Ariane. His life is a whole lot of other people. His life is getting them builder license. His life is being the father to them children. What would Ariane has to do with his life? Because we all know that he's running the show. Ariane don't even have a voice over there. He does what he want to do with Baby Knox. He pulls up when he wants. He does booty calls in the middle of the night, all allegedly, in my opinion. But with that being said, what would Ariane have to do with his life? That don't even make sense. Now, they say Knox. Guess what? Unfortunately, it is what the hell it is now. And Knox is a part of him. As much as we don't want to see that, but we get to see Knox him being a father to Knox as well, because he's connected to him. Now, I said, if you bring Knox, then bring all the other alleged kids. I'm just saying, Miss Linda, I'm just saying. Martel will be waiting 3,000 years. Wait a minute. Which equates to 0.01 per day. Nobody is paying him $3,000 to a man who disrespect women in general. I want to see him give back to the community. Cheryl, let me tell you something. Even if he is worth it, I wouldn't pay it. That's just giving him a pass for him being disrespectful. I will not entertain the foolishness. Even if I had $3,000 just laying around just to freely give, it would just not be on Martel. Honestly, I won't. And anybody, I'm not that nosy. Anthony, you in this chat? What's up? I saw you over there giving it to a raw style last night. You said what? I caught you in a few lies. Make it do what it do what it do. Welcome to the chat. I'm extremely proud of you. I've been following you since you came on over here, since you popped up on Miss Melanie Live. And I'm just saying she was disgusted. You read it like a book. You wasn't impressed with the child. You was like, all right, child, put the baby down. I got some questions I need to ask. Let her know. I'm not impressed, and it's not going to work for me. I think you did an awesome job keeping your composure. And if it was me, I probably would have hung up on her and said, nah, sis, we ain't going to do that. If you want somebody else to do that, you're going to have to get somebody else to do that. Can't be me, right? But I think you did an awesome job, and you have longevity here on YouTube. Take that and receive that. That's from my heart. That's from my heart. Belle says, hello, everyone. I didn't sleep with y'all last night. Absolutely not, Belle. Absolutely not. Let me see. Linda says, I'm stalking you today. Miss Linda be everywhere. She be on it, honey. I be up at 5 a.m. Miss Linda be up with me, honey. Sometimes, not all the time. Him calling the A&M child as an M&M kid is Tandra. Who did that? Because I saw that in somebody else's chat. And I needed to know who did that. Did he do that? Or somebody was just saying that? Hello, Cheryl. Blessed, still fighting the flu. Oh, man, get better, Ms. Linda. I go to the doctors in the morning. Get better. I'm waiting patiently for the other BM to expose Martel and shut down CS. Oh, me too, honey. That's one thing I'll be in the background sipping my mommy dew cup, okay? I need to know. The real DB in the building, and Mel even said she wanted to be there to show the kids she's good with them meeting him. And what did Hotel do? He did it without her. Exactly, just like he just did with Sheree. He allowed her to meet those kids, and he didn't get no permission from Mel. But the problem that I find funny with the whole Sheree situation, he wanted to stop Mel from visiting, from moving out when she said she just hate Huntsville and she don't want nothing to do with it. So many bad memories there. And he wanted to stop her. But some odd reason, I hope they didn't move in together. You there every other day. Okay. So now you ain't as close as you wanted to be. But it's okay for you to do it, but she couldn't do it. Another form of control. I just say that. I'll be having them back in court. But Martel cannot co-parent at all. No, not at all. He's not capable of doing that. Hello, Anthony. Yes, he's here. I have been modding most of the day. Yes, Miss Linda, you be active. Feel better, Miss Linda. Yes, we are praying for you. Sorry, Char. And in order for him to think through it, he needs a brain. Betty, I'm with you. Let me read about a couple more comments, guys. Let me go all the way to the bottom, then I'm going to start with Destiny in this interview, this horrible interview. At Ms. Linda, I hope you feel better. Dee Star Martel allegedly has 3 other outside children. Ms. Linda, I heard that as well. Who besides Martel would she film with? If the Scots make her mad, she's going to tell the secrets that Martel won't tell. J28, you're absolutely right. One thing I don't like about Martel, he never gives back to the community where he grew up all his life, yet always looking for a handout. What you saying? He a beggar? What you saying, honey? Nobody but Kimmy really shows her kids. You're right about it. Hey, Sandra, how are you? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I receive it. Yes. Amen, Anthony. Amen. How many alleged kids Martel have? Child, listen. It's a couple out there. Google them. They should pop up under his name. So that's just what I'm saying, honey. Yes. I don't believe that, first of all, Martel needs to go see a therapist. He's putting people in jeopardy. He's not really able to be working under that much anger that he carries hostile situations. Patricia E., I agree. All viewers, please highlight that like button, subscribe, share this video, and hit that like notification. Thank you. It is not right for him to bring her in the show, and it is called boundaries and respect. Tell him again, Belle. Tell him again. Hey, everyone. What's up? Milani, make it do what it do, what it do. Melody should not allow her children to be seen on Love and Marriage Huntsville without her. I agree with you. Tanja, hi, hun. Ariane nags him, and he caves. In my opinion. I agree. I thought Martel was with Sheree. Lord, child, we don't know who he with. We trying to find out, but we trying to keep up with the pace. Cheryl, I took the flu shot and never got this sick. Wow. AC will be reckless, and if they do it to replace Wanda, interesting. And Curry would act like a fool. She would. That she doesn't know no other way to be. She act like a fool on live, so we can't expect nothing better from her. Put her on national TV and see how much she act up. Y'all think Miss Wanda act up, child? That girl going to be flipping tables. You understand me? Don't old dude have choppers to protect Wanda? That's what he said. Destiny is cray-cray. Yes, she is. I agree. Let's jump into it. Okay. So this interview yesterday, well, I don't know if it was yesterday because I just watched it this morning. Child, I don't know. But whatever day it was, whether it was yesterday or not, Destiny had a whole lot to say. And I think her tears were coming from a place of everybody view me in a rude, nasty, disrespectful spotlight. Right? I don't think that it was coming from a genuine place. So she basically squeezed out tears and the phone was all freezing up. This is my opinion. I think her tears were saying, I want everybody to see me in a very sympathized place. So I'm tired of everybody viewing me as the angry, mad Black woman. So I'm going to squeeze out tears so you guys can see me in a vulnerable place. Womp, womp, womp. I don't believe you. First thing they asked her was about Madonna. She says it's still open. It's always online, but they're in court because the landlord is trying to escape the original price that he has given her, right? So she says that's why they're in court. I don't believe that either. Unfortunately, I believe that that's a cover-up for everybody that says that Destiny is currently being evicted from this place or have been evicted. And she's saying, yeah, you might see court documents, but it's because the landlord is trying to up the prices, and that was not the agreement. I do not believe that was the truth. But listen, if that's your story, sis, stick to it. It's your choice. Do what you do, right? They asked her about the divorce, Moses, and the single mom life. And she says it is difficult, right? She says during the C-19, she was still studying for her real estate exam while she was single. And it was extremely hard. And she had the stroller and she was doing this and she was doing that. She gets really emotional. And she says, I want to believe the thought there. I say this is my thoughts. I want to believe that she was getting emotional because any parent that has to come from a married life to single life, even if it was a blink of an eye marriage, all allegedly, in my opinion, it's still hard, right? It's hard. So that's the point that I wanted to come from. But unfortunately, Destiny done wrote, she done rubbed me the wrong too many times. And I just can't get with it. She's not going to continue to fool me. So I wanted to be like, oh, that's a shame. But nah, sis, I couldn't give that to you. Not at all. Not at all. Right. So I think the reason behind her crying was that she wanted somebody to come into the space of why she was so angry during this time. And unfortunately, I couldn't get with it. I just listened. So they asked her about the reason behind the divorce. And here's what got me. We've been asking for the reason behind this divorce for Lord knows how long, and you had nothing to say. And you said that I can't talk about it because, and then she played with her words and she said that she couldn't talk about it on national TV. That was the agreement. But she could talk about it on Instagram or whatever other platform. So I'm just trying to figure out all the time you had in the world to come out and say, this is why me and my ex-husband divorced on Instagram. Why now? Right? So now you got the time. I don't understand that. That makes no sense to me. But listen, we're going to tell you what she had to say. Right? She said that it was the codependency with his parents. Right? And you have to be careful when you get in these relationships with people that's not used to families and dynamics and, relationships wise, because Destiny comes from a foster land. No shade to anybody that's been raised in a foster home or anything of that nature or been adopted. No shade to that, because they have a lot of broken pieces that we don't know about. When we get in all these relationships that we depend on one another and they're really not good for us. But we get in all these relationships that everybody that we're with, we're pulling on so that they could give us what we starve of, right? So this is what I got from her saying that it was the codependency of his parents. She couldn't respect the fact that he had a good relationship with his parents because she came from a foster land, unfortunately. And that's usually what happened. That's why they recommend that you get counseling before you get into this world of marriage, because you have to understand that my parents are a valuable source to me, although I do need to at some point, draw boundaries, because now you're my wife and they have to respect that and X, Y, and Z, right? But you have to go through the channels, because if you're coming from a land where nobody cares from you and you mean to tell me that you got a family where everybody cares from you, it kind of raised the eyebrows of jealousy, not because you want it, but because it's like, dang, how he get all that and I ain't get none of that, right? And that's just the reality of it. You may not want to be jealous, but that's what you're giving off, right? So I think that's where that codependency comment that she made up. She said that we weren't equally yoked. She said they asked her how long was they together before marriage. She says 5 years. So here's what I'm going to say about that. If you guys were together for 5 years before you married, you mean to tell me you couldn't figure it the hell out in 5 years? This man was not for you, child. Bye. Listen. Us as women know automatically if somebody is for us or not. Now, whether we decide to turn our blind eye to what we're seeing or not, that's our business. Whether it's the ding dong that's allowing us to cover our eyes, or whether it's somebody in our corner like, girl, you better love that man because he got all the money in the world. See, that's our business. But you can't tell me in 5 years that you didn't have one red flag that said that you guys are not equally yoked. Hell no, I can't believe that. I can't even get with that. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna say about that. They asked her about Moses. They says, they says, where did you meet Moses at? She says, I met him a few years ago in the ATL. She says, but he's from St. Louis. They says, do you like reality TV? She says, it was fun meeting the Scotts and getting to know Melody at the time. Oh, you was having fun meeting Melody? Okay, continue on. She says, the fans are pretty toxic. Nah, sis, that will be you, but we just here for whatever, right? She says, what happened? They said, what happened between you and Mel? She says, listen, hell, I was trying to figure it out while y'all was watching. She says, okay, we're creating a storyline. Let's do it. She says, but it went too far. And she says she kicked me while I was down. I was watching it like, what the hell was going on, for real, for real. So she says that I'm a little bit confused and I don't understand, what was going on. I was watching it like, y'all, like, oh, sis, we really doing this, right? But see, I beg to differ because common sense says Shar. Then Shar said, huh? He said, are you hearing this? I said, hell yeah, I'm hearing this, right? And then he turned around and I says, well, here's two things for certain. You once mentioned that you enjoyed getting to know her, right? What would be kicking you while you was down, right? Because see, that's two different things. Being unavailable to someone because you got your own stuff going on is not kicking you while you're down. Not being available or saying the children don't like you or anything of that nature does not mean kicking you while you're down. It means that I have so much going on in my personal life that I have to focus and prioritize me before I'm able to be there for you. And it might feel like, dang, y'all ain't got nobody. I'm telling you, it's things in the burn. But you're going to have to go pull on your other friends because I'm exhausted with my own problems. And as grown folks, we have to be able to take that when people come to us and say, I got my own stuff going on. I can't be there for you right now. I am praying for you, and I hope that one day my situation will get better and we'll be able to come back to it and we'll be able to support one another at some later time. But right now, I'm just occupied with my own stuff. And you should have been woman enough to understand that, right? So she says that Mel is still operating, and this is what the host said, which really tickled me. To be honest, I chuckled a little bit. She says Mel's still operating in a place of hurt, right? She says She says Mel is still, well, this is what Destiny said, honestly. She says that Mel is still operating in a place of hurt. She says that everybody deserves grace. She says everybody deserves grace. Melanie chooses to cut people off and not give grace. That is her decision, right? I'm there. I'm there every day. You're not going to play in my face, and I don't have to explain that to anybody, right? I say that with my whole double D, right? I don't have to explain that to anybody. And see, one thing I'm not going to do is allow you to burn me when you already burnt me. Once I see your game and I see what kind of town you from, I'm good. That doesn't mean that I don't see you in public and be like, hey, girl, what's up? Or yo, bro, what's up? But we don't have to have no type of conversations or meetings or business meeting of anything of that nature because you already burnt my toe. As a matter of fact, sometimes I go to bed at night and that toe that you burned still burns because you brought that to me, right? And the reality of that is I don't have to explain the feelings and emotions that I feel when I see you. So I think that it was not fair for Destiny to say that Melody is coming from a hurt place. If you're talking about her marriage, absolutely. She deserves, she has the right to be hurt by the decisions that her ex-husband made. Okay. She says that, she has a right to protect herself. She doesn't give grace. She's protecting herself. She's protecting herself in peace, right? And I understand it. It says, where is Stormy? Where's you and Stormy now? She says, yes, and they're in a good place. She says, we talked about businesses. Girl, don't go in business with Destiny. You're going to get burnt for real, for real. You're going to be seeing a doctor for real, for real. Don't go in nobody business with no Destiny. And I'm just saying, I don't recommend that for you, honey. You think you're seeing millions now, you're going to be seeing $2.50, but you better move the hell along, okay? She says that losing a friend in a divorce and Stormy comes in the place to the extent, you need to extend grace, right? So basically she's saying that what people don't recognize is that she experienced two losses at one time. She lost Mel and she went through the divorce. So when she got to the point with her and Stormy, she could do nothing but extend grace to her because that's what grown women do. Oh, so you grown now. Okay. All right. That's the category you want to put yourself on. Let's take a pause. Let's take a pause. Let's take a pause. Ms. Linda says, I hope you feel better soon, sis. My daughter and I got the flu shot. Is the worst. Yes, it is. Geneva, hi, welcome to the chat. Martel don't respect boundaries at all. It don't matter what judge day until he is behind bars, then he'll understand boundaries. That's when hell is coming out. Hell is coming out. Absolutely. Marley, hi, how are you? And welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Gardner, what's up, babes? What's up? Baby Hope is just like his daddy. Woo, child. Sorry, Shar, in order for him to think, okay, I read that one. Okay, let me get down there, girl. I'm gonna get down there. Let me get down to the bottom. Let me get down to the bottom. Madonna. Oh man, Melody gave her $6,000 to lift her up when she was down, and how she repaid Melody is by saying she's not a good friend, fake, phony. Yeah, I agree. This is me listening to Destiny. I know that's right, Tanja. Girl, you boring me. Okay, she's meaning her also because she played both sides between Mel and Martel. Didi Star, I agree with you. Vanessa, what's up? Destiny keep calling Martel. Mel don't care. You made your choice. So be his friend. Mel don't care. I agree with you. Destiny needs to get off this smear campaign. She does. It's getting old. Del Jones, what's up? Destiny has no storyline. Her life is boring. Yes, it is. Bartley, hi, how are you? And welcome to the chat. I love to get where Mel is now. Hurt is a powerful motivation. Absolutely. Hey, Sharon chat, what's up? No notice, no notice late to the chat, 38 minutes late. It's all good. We still here. You can always catch the replay. Hey, Sharon chat, what's up, Claudia? I can't with the needed people or people who is always angry. Tell them again, Bell. I can't either. How much does grace cost? You can't buy peace. Hall, you right about it. She's been giving these people grace for how long before she cut them off? J28, you better say that with a capital G, okay? AKA, let me see. AKA, I don't get the money I thought she would give me. I don't I swear every time I get on live, my son is calling me every single day at the same time. Dusty is a friend of the show to the fifth power. When they need her to come tell Martel some bull, they'll call. LOL. She probably will step in for AC when he has the children, their sister wives. Tammy, stop playing with me, not the sister wives, honey. Attached. Hello. That's you disrespect Melanie mother twice, and she doesn't have a problem with it. I think that's her character. The tears was crocodile tears, and I didn't buy them at all. She wasn't extra on the Tennessee couple trip. She acted like she wasn't that attracted to Melanie or Martel, Jess LeBert, girlfriend. Oh wow, that's a good point. We're down some likes while you're watching from the bushes. Hit that like button. Thank you, J28. She crying because she hadn't been able to turn viewers against Melody, and she's getting frustrated at this point. And Destiny is codependent, is a codependent person. Absolutely. Yes, she's filming, but Destiny hasn't begun filming yet. Carlos isn't finished with her yet. He's pissed about the conversation she shared with the bloggers. Wow. At CR, Destiny don't know how to come up. LOL. This is a lie that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on and on, my friends. I agree. Destiny is a drug dealer. Wait a minute. Dusty is a drug dealer type of girlfriend. I can get that from her, Garner. I really do. She is so fake. Point blank. Period. I thought she said she knew him from the before. That's what she did say. But the way she acts about Mel shows how she was in her marriage. She is full of it because also it was a long distance. Yeah, I believe that. And she also, but we're gonna get to the way she validate this man. But we're gonna get to that. Destiny wanted it come up for sure. She yarns it. Yes, she does. We can't even use that excuse. She said she dated for years. No man dated a woman for years and not to be introduced to the family. I agree, Green. How are you? And welcome to the chat. She trying to save that paycheck. She don't have nobody to give her $6,000 free. I agree. CR says 100. Is it Ro Reacts? Hi, welcome to the chat. Hey guys, what did I miss? LOL. Nothing. We just recapping Destiny and all the bull she spilled out. Child, listen. What Destiny claims her dad raised her. That's what she said. Um, but she's also coming from a foster place. Her dad raised her, but she has a lot of like foster siblings, and her mom is like still battling the whole drug addiction thing that she talks about. So she really missing a lot of pieces to her patches. But it is what the hell it is. Like, subscribe, and share. So many lies my head will spin if I took them seriously. I agree. Those Huntsville men, what's in the water? All of them act the same way, controlling. Yeah, I don't know. What's that about? Destiny better be careful. LB family members is ready to talk allegedly. Woo, shout. That's one thing I'll be sitting here with, honey. I had to take off that day. She claimed not to be able to talk about it on I Love Marriage Huntsville and then talked about it in Carla's show. Exactly. Dusty lying. She sold Mel the house she in now. Whoa, Tammy. She can't fool me. Sorry, girl. I'm not going on her team ever. Me either, Milani. I'm so over Destiny. Me too. Every interview she has a different story. It's just sad. And these hosts right here was eating it the hell up, DD Star. No, just tell the truth. You got evicted and you can't pay that rent. Woo, Bill. But she's under a new man quicker than Mel. Yeah, she hasn't a problem with being alone. I'm just saying, it's all allegedly, in my opinion. Destiny wanted wasn't paying her rent on the building. Wow, Linda, but she's saying something else, child. Do she not realize that the information is in a documented file? No, she don't, because the story keeps changing. Bartley says Dusty lying. She can't pay that rent. That's what they saying, honey. That's what they saying. She is they angry. She is they angry mad black woman. So that's what we see. I agree. A liar lies. She did on both DJ Ricky Sky and was still wait a minute. She did one with DJ Ricky Sky and was still lying on Melody. Yeah, I don't know what the obsession is with Melody. She is rude and she needs to be off the show. She's very disgustingly rude. Oh, so we view her as she really is. Colossal is not coming to Love and Marriage. Those women on the show are married, and I don't see Letitia and Kimmy hanging around side chicks. Me either, Cheryl. But child, we have saw Carlos do some crazy stuff, so I don't put nothing by him. Hey Sandra, I miss y'all too, but I had to steady. AC would try to attack Mel. Yeah, she's that jealous. She might be waiting the hell outside her house. Okay, and y'all know what they say when you go to somebody's house, you get just what's coming your way. Close All isn't coming on that show. I hear y'all. If Carlos bring that bird brain on the show, I will never ever watch the show. Gloria, hi, welcome. And I agree with you. I'm gonna step out gracefully too. Sandra says, "Hey J28, I missed you. You guys are all speaking." Linda, that's news to me. Martel just don't want to work. He just want Melody so he can be in her circle since doing good for her. I agree. Thank you guys in the chat. He made a statement about his 5 children, including the Lush child as an Eminem kid. What? Allegedly, Martel has 2 more children out here. He needs to bring them to the front of the line. Yeah, but he's not going to do that because then everybody will really dog walk him and put him the hell on the leash, honey. I hope he had footage of him going off and losing it during the part 3 of the reunion filming. If they do that, it's a wrap for his custody claim. I wish they show it because for some reason people keep saying he's nothing like, even you're right, he's nothing like what y'all see on the TV. No, girl, you're getting the fake. We're getting the real. If he can't control himself on national TV, I know dang on well he ain't controlling himself in the chateau. Child, listen. Hi, Sandra. How are you? And welcome to the chat. Martel allegedly has 3 other. Okay, I read that one. I'm doing good with these comments. Let's move the hell along. Let's move along. Hell along. How long did it take for you to get from a crying space to a glowing space? She says it still hurt. She says 2 months old, at 2 months old, her baby had to be resuscitated on a gurney. She says she left her baby for the first time and the camera was turned around. And I know that could be hurtful for a parent to see their child as that. That's very hurtful. But I still want to know why now. They've been asking and pulling and tugging from you for Lord knows how long, and you had nothing to say. Now all of something, you got all this stuff to say. I wasn't ready to talk about it, but Melody was there for me. Well, if she was there for you and she knew about it, then you know her character. So something that you did to make her mad will allow her to pull back from who she really is. That's all I'm saying. She says it was the first time I left him and it was just so emotional for me. And I'm sorry, guys, I don't really do this, but I'm just getting really tripped up. And I want people to see this vulnerable side of me now after 100 years. I want them to see this vulnerable side of me, versus the angry, mad black woman. All right. So she says Melanie was there for her. She says co-parenting do not exist. What I talk about and what I share, no one is going to protect me. Point blank, period. So she says, y'all could kiss her behind, honey. And I thought that was pretty disgusting to say. All you had to do is say, move the hell around. But you chose to say, kiss my behind. And it is what the hell it is. She says, it's embarrassing, cheating, filing paperwork 3 months after the baby was, 3 weeks after the baby was born. She says, enough is enough. She says, y'all don't have to like her, but coming for her character is a no-no. She says, I'm not a liar. Y'all ain't going to keep mistaking me as no liar, honey. Y'all ain't going to keep mistaking me as no liar. Do you have a village? She says, I don't want to have that conversation. I didn't want to have that conversation, but it is what it is. She says, when they had this conversation, this is when she started blowing smoke up everybody behind. and they was eating it the hell up as them hoes, honey. She says that when I had that conversation, I tried to move over because I didn't really want to have a conversation, but we had it anyway. She says that she was still in a kind of a foggy spot. She says, but when she heard Melody say that the kids don't like her, which is a bunch of baloney, it was like a smack in the face, right? She says, so to hear the kids say that they don't, they don't bang with her like that, right? As my kids would say, nah, we don't mess with them, mom. Nah, we good, right? So what they said was they don't mess with her like that. She said that's not the truth because she has just seen these kids in the nail salon, and the kids were calling her, hey, Miss Destiny, hey, Miss Destiny, hey, girl, hey, right? She says, please stop being dismissal of me because we helped each other. She says that we babysitted each other kids, whether it was for a half a second, an hour, two, whatever. We helped each other out. Right. So, they make fun of it and they said, was you one of them 20 babysitters? I said, hee hee ha ha. Okay. It says, was you one of them 20 babysitters? She says, is there something going on between you and Martel? She never answered the question. So stay with me, guys. Stay with me. She never answered the question. What she says no. Well, she did answer it, but she still did not answer it at the same time. She says no, never. Her man is fine. What the hell? You asking another man what your man look like? Have you seen my man? Child, direct that to his wife, not him. What the hell are you talking about? Okay. She says, no, never. Have you seen my man? He is fine. Okay. Martel is going to be Martel. She says, and if anything, Martel would have told y'all, stop being friends with your basically Martel would have told y'all, right? He can't hold water. He would have been done, told the moment that they stopped being friends. Okay. That's what she says. And stop being friends with him too, right? She says she didn't let me see what this says. Let me see. Okay, so she didn't elaborate on that. What she said was, basically, if she did anything with him, he would have been untold. And the fact that he didn't tell, that should tell y'all something. No, that don't tell us anything. What that says is that you got something on him just as well as he got something on you. And if it's going to cost him more than anything, he's definitely not going to say anything, okay? So she goes on to this whole spill. He was calling her to check on her. And I done told y'all before, Mel said that you was calling him. So if he was calling you to check on you, that wouldn't be accurate because Mel said you call him and she has the proof for it. So at what point would he be calling you? Child, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. She says, how did Mel know Destiny was calling Martel? She says, ask Sheree. When you call her, the voicemail come on. I said, oh, not the voicemail, sis. She says, yeah, the voicemail comes on. Her voicemail pick up, right? She says, is Martel and Sheree relationship stage? She says it's real to me, but they look good together. They work good together. They have fun together. She says hacking her phone. They says hacking her phone, so she's not good. Okay, basically what she was saying was, do y'all think that she's good with it? Is Mel okay with it? And she says, well, the host says, the wife host basically says that they hacked her phone. If Mel is hacking his phone, she's definitely not good with him being with Sheree. And I beg to differ because I don't think that Melanie had the time or the energy to go and hack this man's phone. I don't think she's that wrapped in her. Did y'all hear her say that she takes vacations with her dude? Do you hear her say that her and her dude been messing around for a long period of time? Okay, and we just did not know. I don't think that she has the time and the energy to be hacking her phone, but it sounds just like a Martel, okay? She also talks about the last interview that she did with Anthony and how it was interrogation, and we already addressed that. I think he did very well. I think he held his composure better than I would have ever did. I would have hung up with her and sorry I got disconnected. Child, I will not play with children. Tricks are for kids, play with somebody else, honey. Okay, the last point that I wanted to make was why do you guys think that Destiny is now comfortable with this interview, people? What did they do for her, right? And this was my take on it. Then I want to hear what you guys got to say, right? I think that Destiny was comfortable because they didn't do one-sided. And if they was one-sided, they definitely was careful not to, because they studied Destiny. They was careful not to feel like they was ambushing her because they knew that she would have shut down. And their job was to get the interview and get all the information they had to get from her. So they had to play the game with her like they was on her side, whether they were or weren't. Because I don't watch them, so I don't know whose side they on. Are they in between? Are they biased? Are they just neutral? I don't know. But I know that they did a well job hosting, and they were able to pull Destiny in, whether they were, blowing smoke up her behind or not, and allow her to be comfortable in sharing everything that she had to share. One of the things that Destiny said was that I said what the hell I said. And if I had to cut Martel off, which Carlos skipped over it, I would have had to cut you off too for cheating and having babies too. I said, what? For cheating and having babies too. So what you saying? She had babies that was not Martel. Now these are some strong allegations that you throwing out here, Destiny. I hope you're ready for that court. I hope your paper is long enough for the court that you could be dragged into for these allegations and defamation of characters that you're doing. Okay, but I heard you clearly when you said it, and you turned around and ended it with, "I said what the hell I said," as if somebody as a grown folks would have gave you a pat on your back, right? Because even though you wanted this to be about you sharing your story in this time and season of life, you still had an entire interview, and it seems like it was based around what Mel used to be and what she is now to you, right? You still didn't have a whole season of you. We already knew your mom was on drugs, allegedly, right? That's your story, not ours, right? We already knew that, your dad raised you, allegedly, and that's your story. We don't know if you're blowing smoke up our behind or not, child. We know that baby Law had some issues. We know that he was on a gurney. We know that you had a meltdown. We know that you had a divorce, and it only lasted for a short period of time, right? But you could have kept it right there. You didn't really have to even bring Mel into the conversation, but sometimes you struggle with even leaving Mel out of the equation because you can't even get a sentence out without saying Mel. So I have to, tap into my common sense. And my common sense says, well, what is the underlying issues? And the only thing that common sense said to me was that you're mad that Melody was able to come back from her situation so early on and you're still struggling to get the hell out of it. And let me encourage you that if and when you decide that you finally want to let it go and you want some real healing to transpire, what you're going to have to do is stand in your truth, right? And you're going to have to stop pushing the blame on everybody else, right? And you have to say, okay, I did what I did. It is what it is, but I don't have no ill intentions in nobody. Nobody has to pay for what I experienced, let alone nobody has to hold my hand through the process. If I have to stand in the paint alone, that's okay because God is here for that, right? But you got to be able, just like I say about Martel, to own your truth. And what I saw in that interview was you was a hot mess on a cold day. It's all allegedly, in my opinion. But I will say that you did a horrible job on keeping your poker face. I didn't believe your tears. I don't believe that you were ready for a new relief. I believe that given an opportunity, you would do the same thing you did all over again. It's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. Let me see what y'all saying. Let me see what y'all saying. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom, honey. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. Let me see. Destiny has a nasty attitude. You right about it. She had a, and you just a B that can't get it together. Oh, she had it, and you just a B that can't get it together. Destiny had a nasty attitude. 127 likes and 191 in the chat. Y'all going to have to get it together. Y'all almost there. How can she forgive Stormy, but she is in a new village, aka money? Child, I don't know. Carla, hi, how are you? And welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Interview she is talking about is Courtney and Eddie. Okay. You telling her what interview I was talking about? Let's see. Destiny has a nasty attitude. I read that one. Out of abundance of heart, the mouth speaks. Mel in her heart. I agree, J28. I agree. J28 on DJ Ricky Smiley channel. She got to make Mel be the worst person each time because she can't stand in her truth. Dee Star, you right. Debbie Joyner. Eddie, the interviewer asked about the ankle bracelet he is wearing as well. I missed that, Debbie. Reed Shar, I just wanted to give her a little teaching moment. I just wanted to help her out a little bit. Like Destiny girl, bye. Okay. I ain't have energy to go hooting and hollering a day. I just wanted to keep it cool, calm, and collective. Okay. I just wanted you to say, Destiny, if you wanted to be about you and you said that editing make you talk about Mel and surface around Mel, you had ample amount of time to just talk about you. And you took that entire 45 minutes or some change and you talked about Mel and how fine your man is. And have you seen my man? And my man will go crazy about me. I have a problem with women that turns around and try to praise their man. It's almost as if that man has a pep talk with them before the interview started. Like, you better mention me. And then we got to go in there and go hard. Like, my man is a good man. My man treats me like this. My man don't play about me. All that stroking of the ego, child, that takes too much energy. If I mention you, I mention you. If I don't, I don't. If you that dang on good, it's just going to show, right? I ain't gonna have to keep saying my man is good. My man is the pastor. My man is the teacher, the basketball star. Hell with your man, okay? We're here to talk about you. Move the hell on, okay? She got to control her interview. Absolutely. Destiny tried it. Yes, she did. J28 says like and share. AC needs to start selling bed bed warmers with her face on them. Child, listen. Anthony did an amazing job. He sure did. The kids didn't like Destiny because they probably knew her and Martel was messing around. And kids can send spirits too, Gloria. Where was the interview? I think they said a Courtney and Eddie's channel. I think I said the name wrong, right. I'm not sure, but I think that's it. Royal, hi, how are you? She's right. She's a habitual liar. Yeah, she says she says she's not a liar, honey. So what you saying? She's habitual? She is unemployed. Think Anthony did a great job too. Yes, he did, DD Star. Martel has nothing but time to hack Mel's phone. Mel would not hack him. You right about it, honey. You right about it. Destiny knows Moses isn't going to be on the show, not with his type of job. Those street lights is real, and getting permission to leave out of the state allegedly, Destiny knows she's lying. Child, why even waste your time? You got a whole son. You ain't got time to be chasing some guy like that if that is all true. I need to know. Child, you too old for that. Talking about your age is a secret. No, you old as hell and still falling for the oldest tricks of the book and still desperate as hell. That's why you ain't want to tell us your age. Okay? That man slash boy needs to rent a gym and become a personal trainer so he can support that kid at Tanja and stop trying to get Mel's money. I agree, J28. Destiny must have been talking about another hacking incident. I feel they did it more than once. It could have been. It could have been. Clark, what's up? How are you? How are you? And welcome to the chat. Destiny and Martel have been intimate. Allegedly, anyone know at 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. is a booty call or a knock on the boots? Absolutely. Because let me tell you something, Ms. Linda. If you and my friend and you over with us having drinks, my man better not call you to check on you. You better make sure I'm going to do the calling and checking. You will not. Okay? We're not going to do that. You better put the phone down. I will call to make sure she's okay. Just the fact right there, even though we know that's a lie, because Mel said Destiny was calling him. He was not calling Destiny. Okay? But she shows up to every event and take pics like she is the main. Sheree better watch it, but you know, Sheree falls for anything. That's why Martel seeped her out. He loves weak and disgusted and busted women. It's all allegedly, in my opinion. Facts, Sandra, you are spot on. Use Mel's money to take care of the child that broke the marriage up. Hey Lee, what's up? Welcome to the chat. If I was a kid, I wouldn't want to go over her house. Probably a no fun zone. I agree. She probably make all these ugly faces and stuff. Child, listen. You better sit there. You better sit down now. I'm gonna whoop your butt. You better sit there. Child, listen. Maybe that's why she is so loyal to him to keep him quiet. I agree. Now that right there is facts. Okay, I believe that. You guys are speaking when she said her man is going to be on the next season because it is Martel, in my opinion. Ooh, child. Not the Martel who used to be Mel's husband. Child, listen. Melanie told Destiny the kid said she was born. She was mad about that, honey. She was turning red in that interview. Okay. I feel the plan was to filter that child into getting the same benefits as his other children. That is probably another reason he wants full custody to use funds to support the A&M child. What? That's a good listen. I don't pay nothing by none of them, honey. That is why Destiny got mad at Anthony. He came with proof. And he was not letting up and anybody to interview her. I wouldn't even interview her, honestly. I don't do both bad tones or energy, honey. I'll be like mad. Okay, but children tell the truth and excuse me, and as parents pay attention when kids tell you the truth. That's what I do. Peace and blessings to everyone. Thank you. The crying was an act. Kiss her flat A. Is real, Destiny. I agree. They call her Miss Dusty because they were raised with respect. Exactly. She's talking about something. So they couldn't have felt that way for them. I had just saw them. Yeah, they told their mom the truth and they just gave you respect. Okay. If they messed with her like that, they would have called her aunt instead of Miss. Say it again, J28, like we all do. Okay. Hey, Miss Edith, what's up? Miss Edith, I heard that too about Destiny. Hi, Miss Linda, you guys are speaking. But that stage, she didn't deny being chummy with Martel. And she still didn't when they asked her. 203 in the chat, y'all hit that like button. If he's calling him on, wait a minute. If he's calling him an Eminem kid, he's still trying to get under Mel's skin. That man is a fugazi man. J28, let me tell you. A fungus. Let me tell you something. He doesn't mind disrespecting Mel, even as he told Ariana about Mel's C19 situation. He doesn't mind disrespecting her. So if that is happening, it's not too far fetched. But I call him Fugazi because that's exactly what the fungus remind me of. All over the place, just growing. Okay. Miss Edith says, has anyone else heard anything about Destiny possibly having an older child in foster care? What? Hell no, I ain't never heard that before. What? Facts, Milani. My understanding is that the Eminem kids mean Mel and Martel kids. That's what it sounds like to me. Sheree, don't she buy just two pictures? Shut up, Garner. I can't. Hotel did that. Knox is not Eminem kids, period. And he can't. Gemini 1958. What's up, babes? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. That story was spaghetti that stuck to the wall. Sandra Long off. That's just going to lose custody of Law if she keeps talking in these YouTube streets. I agree, Lee. Scared of losing her check. Yep. So she willing to throw anybody into the ring. You can just about smell what next season is going to be about. Mel all over again, and that's boring. We need to see some positive things happening with the new businesses and brands and new company growing. Absolutely, Patricia E. I agree. He needs to become a personal trainer since he likes to body build. He needs to do something that's going to stick rather than ask for $3,000. It's a hell no for me. You're talking about he's doing his homework. Well, he's doing homework for that. Can you study for that test and do your homework for that? That's important rather than the interview. Enough. So if Mel leaves under these conditions, it has Carlos Ratchet A all over it. And I leave and and I leave and money and many will leave as well. Hopefully somebody else picks up Mel, her fam, and a professional friend. I agree, Gemini. Mel wants children's. Wait a minute. Martel wants child support from Mel so he can take care of Knox calling him an Eminem kid. No way. I can't believe he did that disrespectful stuff, okay? Not put him on the leash, yes, and dog walk him, okay? She is just sad LeBerick paid her rent slash mortgage for a full year and you still got put out. Yes, I don't know what child. I wouldn't go in business with her. Martel is weird like AC. Yep, that's why they click. Sis, how you doing? I already blacked out. He won't win me. He won't win me back with AC. Not nobody. I don't think so. That's great. So much to be thankful for at Cheryl, even when we may not feel like it. J28 says, AC scared of Mel. When Mel came to her home to talk to her, she didn't come out. What? That's White? I missed that one, honey. What she say? She didn't want to talk. She probably was watching Mel from the blinds, like, she out there? She out there? She said she was coming. I ain't answering that door. Mom, you go to the door. Child, listen. Yes, Milani, he did. Peterson says, thank you. Let's see. Hi, are you serious? He called Knox Eminem shaking my head. That's what they said. That's the trifling disrespect I'm talking about. I will start calling him the A&M kid. He ain't nobody's kid. Child, listen, they ain't even know he was coming. Okay, listen, this all allegedly in my opinion. I'm good, can't complain. Okay. Hello, Queens. S White in the building. Garner says, so we need to hire a what's this for Destiny True Story? Oh, like a what's the people called? Oh my goodness, I can't Jesus Christ is escaping me. But I know what you're talking about. I will not pay Martel 2 cents for an interview. Me either. He's gonna get worked up again and expose everything he want to expose right on IG. Y'all just wait for it. Definitely probably lying on her mother about the drugs. This girl tells so many lies. Gloria, I ain't want to say it, but I agree. I think she make up stuff to just get somebody sucked in. So production editing got it right. She is who we see. Also, hello, been subscribed. Oh, thank you. Is it Willie? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. We ain't sleep with you last night. It ain't nothing you can do about it. You stuck with us now, checkmate. You stuck with us now. The real VB says, when was Destiny crying? Child, you ain't see her crying when she talked about her son in that interview. She was crying when she talked about how Mel used to be there for her while she went through that whole thing with her son. And she started crying when she was talking about LeBaron and how embarrassing it is when he divorced, her 3 weeks after giving birth. She didn't want to talk about it. Start calling the child A&M kid instead of using many names. send a message to Martel. The child will never be seen equal to the Melody children. Absolutely. She's mad at the viewers for believing she is who she showed us she is. Say it again, J28. That she needs to pay 6K back to Mel, and Martel needs to put the 17 back and to the bank as order. Woo, Lee, get him. Tell him return the sender. Okay, the bug eye B is manipulative and conniving. I wouldn't believe her if her tone came notarized. Cheryl got her straight, honey. Oh man, how do you have a loss with a person that got a dark heart? She really didn't have a loss in return. She took her husband in place of her. Tammy, I agree. I do not appreciate Martel calling Knox an Eminem kid. He is not. Yeah, I ain't even hear him say that, but I'm glad I didn't, because y'all know I would have dog walked him. Okay, Destiny wanted to control but borrowing money, not barbecuing money, that retirement money, and mother-in-law said hell to the nah. She's his accountant. I know that's right. You know the moms be on it. She ain't getting nothing. Hit that like button on your way in. Bell says Destiny will leech on anybody with money or clout, and she's a user. She'll hang on anybody for a come up. Yep, that's what she's doing to story me, in my opinion. Mel has been too kind to everyone. I agree. Here we go with the bull. That's what they said, Gray. That's what they said. 161 watching and 106 likes. Get the likes up. All right, guys, that's my time. I think I read a good deal of comments. I appreciate y'all for stopping in to check in with your girl, honey. I just wanted to tell y'all I want to call bull when I saw bull. I want to call education when I saw one. And I definitely want to call a liar, honey. We had to get some things out the way, and we had something we needed to talk about. But if you are here under the sound of my voice and you have not hit the like button, honey, you might as well go ahead and do that thing. If you aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, because I promise you, you won't be disappointed. I'm out of here, y'all. It's been real. Bye-bye.